the lesson I'm going to pick up is like, check every fish mouth. Because you just never know.
Climb every mountain.
Check every fish mouth.
Is that a Wolfpack sweater?
It is a Wolfpack sweater.
I love it, dude. I was really into that Madison Square Garden video they had out. And then the pandemic hit. And it was kind of dramatic. Like, I kind of went from, like, I guess I'm going to work from home for a while to, like, oh, I'm moving back to my parents in, like, a pretty short amount of time, like a week or whatever. So then we're driving to Virginia with, like, some of my stuff. And it's very dramatic. And and it was like, well, we need something to listen to in the car. And so we'd be listening to that album. We'd be like, and then my dad would be like, oh, they just declared a state of emergency in Oklahoma. He was literally, my dad was listing the states that have declared a state of emergency because of the pandemic. And then I'd be like, you done? And then I would just turn it back up. Like,
Hold on, there's a great one from Joe.
I was like telling him about Joe Dart. He's like, he plays the bass really good. And he's like, all right.
Where's he from?
Ann Arbor, right?
Yeah, Ann Arbor. Okay, well, Michigan just declared a state of emergency. Well, yeah, there you go. I remember one night I had a Jeep Wrangler.
One night I had a Jeep
Wrangler. One night I was lost in my Jeep Wrangler, and all I had was my, like, Billy Joel's greatest hits.
Billy Joel.
It's beautiful. I think it's beautiful.
Billy Joel.
Billy Joel. Los Angelinos, one of my favorite. And it was like, what was it? Tell her about it. And I was like crying because I had a girl I liked and I couldn't tell her. It was like, yeah. Felt like he spoke to me. That's lost beautiful. On rural Route 3 or something.
That's a good car music memory.
What a car music memory. She married a sailor and has 4 kids. So did not end up...
Definitely didn't see sailor coming.
Yeah.
Professional sailor?
Neither did I. Well, say like a U.S. Navy sailor.
Oh, I see.
That would be great, though.
Pro yachtsman.
Yeah.
That's like, well, obviously steal my girl. You could steal me, dude. What are we doing?
He showed up with that America's Cup, and I was like, no chance.
Dude, have you seen the Netflix Untold about the America's Cup?
No.
So they like all these good sports documentaries. They did like the Mouse of the Palace, the series called Untold. This is my plug today. And there's one about the America. So I guess you know about the America's Cup because you referenced it.
Yeah.
This is how I didn't find out about it till this documentary, but it's this big sailing competition that America's always won and always happens once in a long time. And then these like upstart Aussies with like this like crazy genius boat designer upset them, and it's just the best because it's all these. It's a bunch of like super sun-baked like 60-something Australians just tearing up about like a good boat ride they had. It's awesome. Highly recommend.
A good boat ride on a cool boat they made.
This guy, he was like famously like he'd always be barefoot and he had like a 3rd grade education, but then he like watched birds flying and designed a new keel. It's awesome.
Holy crap.
Highly recommend.
I like the idea also of a reverse miracle. Like the opposite of a Miracle on Ice of like finally they beat the Americans.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
That's so fun. That's why everyone loves Miracle, because it's like one of the only times we were an underdog in something.
Yeah.
Not the imperial power we are.
Right. If I'm going to see an older white man win something, let it be someone that's not American.
The Soviets, they're just older and whiter.
Right.
The only people older and whiter than us. The Soviets, dude. So you mentioned, ex-Catholic, you said?
Yeah, just in case my mother is listening, ever.
Catholic.
Lapsed Catholic.
Lapsed. It's a brief...
it's a couple of Sundays I'm missing is all.
Just a lapsed. I feel like the Catholics are good at that.
Yeah, you could. Well, and that's the cool caveat is you can come back at any time.
Of course.
You just gotta show up on...
Just like Hotel California.
Yeah.
Right? You can never leave, actually. It's the opposite.
I think you can never... Yeah, but you can check out and you can check into the sacrament of penance anytime you want. Reconciliation. Yeah. So yeah, I went to Catholic school from like 1st through 8th grade.
Yep.
And had those weeks where you have 3 mass in a row. Like you got your Sunday, you got your Tuesday all school, you got your Wednesday for your grade. Yeah. And then at one point I was also an altar boy. Not to brag.
Flex.
Not to... It is a little bit... Yeah, altar boy, and I worked at Blockbuster. I got a lot of cool jobs that don't show up on resumes.
They have a lot of famous, like, I feel like jokes and associations people have with him too.
Yeah. A very different fodder, typically. Altar Boy, you probably know all about Bubba Hotep. Like, unrelated, but yeah, I can help you if you're looking for movies like that. Yeah, I used to mass a lot.
Yeah. And were you down, or were you just getting through it? Or did it vary?
You know, I think the most ringing endorsement I could give it is, or that I ever gave it, was like when we'd have 6:30 a.m. mass that I'd have to do an altar server, like have to do for work.
Yeah.
I'd leave and be like, okay, that feels like a good start to the day.
Oh,
like
right.
my mom's probably happy.
Yeah.
I'm awake. I'm already at school. Like, yeah, it's a good jump start.
That's a good point.
But I questioned a lot of things too early on.
Oh, yeah.
That my parents were not a big fan of me.
I think there's something, I mean, I'm only pretty much had like just people who do comedy on the show, but I feel like there's got to be some sort of like, I think certain like, I don't know, irreverence or just picking things apart that makes it hard for like really, really funny people to like be like, Noah for like a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if that's a real connection.
No, but there's also a lot of, especially in Chicago, there's a lot of very, very funny people that grew up like very, very entrenched.
Yeah, the Midwest, that's true. If we did the show in LA, I'd be like, anyone? No one went to church?
No one at all? Okay, interesting.
This godless town.
But like it's sort of you've always been funny, but now you've got the room to spread out and kind of go, okay, I've got some time to work through my own thoughts and not have to worry about what the community feels.
So it would have happened either way if you went somewhere besides home. I feel like that's maybe a bigger factor than you went somewhere besides home and did comedy.
True.
A lot of adults just start to like, all right, interesting. I want to know more about being an altar boy. Did you have like a favorite task? Was the sickest part of it?
I had even before I was an altar boy, we had at our church, like whenever they hold the Eucharist up, one of the altar servers has to jingle bells.
Oh.
It's like 6 bells with a handle. You jingle them. Both my dad and I were very specific on the correct number of jingles, the speed.
What was the correct number? Do you remember?
Ring a ring a ring a ring a ring.
It's like riding a bike.
And then down.
Still got it.
However many I didn't count it, but that many. However many I just ring-a-ringed. And then you put it down. You don't put it down too fast because that's going to...
You don't want to... You want to do an extra one.
Or clamp off the sound. You also don't want to do too many. And if you wait too long to put it down... So we would literally, afterwards, we'd look at each other and be like, that was a pretty good one. Or...
You said you and your dad?
Yeah.
So he was also ringing bells?
No, this was...
You would ring it and then look at him and be like, was that a good one?
Sorry. Yeah, this was just when we were at church watching other people. And then when I would do
as fans.
Yeah. And then it's just casual fans. But when I made it to the big leagues and I would ring it, I was very careful. One time I did screw up and went like a little too short. And afterwards, when I was like, hey, a little shorter than bells. It's like, yeah, I know. That was my bad. Screwed up. It's like, you'll get it next time.
Dude, my version of that was when we do more like contemporary worship songs, some hymns, but this is before we had just a normal projector. We had the transparency slides. Mm-hmm. So it was these huge binders and all the 3-hole punch transparent slides, and there'd just be like the science class projector, and it's inverted. So you're just sitting in the front row by this hot little glass thing, and then when you're getting to the end of the verse, you gotta swap the whole page.
Whoa.
And it's an invisible, transparent sheet thing.
Yeah.
And it's upside down. And then also, this is a very similar thing where me and my brother, we would do it sometimes. We'd take a lot of pride in lining it up nice. One try, no adjustments. Just being like, boop, there it is. Because when the one that's coming off, it doesn't matter where it goes. You just gotta get it out of there. That one, you just kind of throw down. And then the other one, it's like, and then sometimes you'd leave it and be like, oh, that's a little crooked. And then you're like, is it worth it? Are we almost done with this page? and then the worst part, you're sitting in the front row the whole rest of the church service. You can't doodle. You know what I mean?
Wow. One, did you have to try out for that? How did you get the job?
They desperately needed anybody who wanted to do it. And I honestly made the service go faster because that was something interesting to do. I was like pit crew a little bit, you know?
Gotta change those slides out quick enough that we can get back into
And
it.
it's the same thing, like, as fans, like, especially, like, when later we were, like, a little older, and, like, it's more like middle school boy will do it kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I was in high school, and a kid would, like, mess up, like, put on upside down, and me and brother would be like, come on, dude. Like, what are they, how are they coaching them these days? The program fell off, dude.
So somehow you both have your no, well, you know what? It's gone. I was gonna say the page where when you write down every
baseball.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Don't worry, we'll come back around. My lexical odometer is gonna roll back over to 0.
That's well said.
That's incredible. So
Yeah.
did they ever upgrade to the
Now they
where it's
have
the one sheet that rolls?
we never had that one. Now it's just normal computer, like, hitting the next arrow. What's this? I don't know if I've seen the sheet that rolls.
That was, I want to say, 7th or 8th grade. They moved from just the single sheet in class to like one. This wasn't a pre-printed one, but like just a roller that you could roll for a fresh sheet. The same way that those gross like hand towels work, like just a loop of hand towel.
The towel loop is so tough because it's never in like it just can't be nice, dude. It goes back in. No, go away forever. That's the only way it should go.
And it says on it like, don't worry, when it comes out, it's clean. But there's no backing for that.
No fucking chance.
It's just like a tweet like, don't worry, it's clean.
And
I did my research.
It's like silent too. Like if it was really cleaning it, there'd be like some sort of whirring at least, or some sloshing. There's no way it's that clean in total silence.
Just it's somehow they drag it across.
What is it? Just pinched real tight. Just real tight.
Everybody knows germs can't go through a small space. If you pinch them too hard, those germs die. It's sad, really.
Let's do a scene.
Yeah.
And we're 2 germs in church.
Oh, I love it. Did you hear about I say that Claude's not over there.
Claude?
Yeah. They
What happened to Claude?
yeah, they said he tax fraud.
They got Claude for fraud?
They got Claude for fraud.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And he was, I mean, that's to lose a deacon is pretty big.
Yeah. Especially because I guess is it the ushers or the deacons that handle the money?
Well, I mean, the ushers bring the deacons the money.
Yeah, so deacons are ultimately handling it. So yeah, he must kind of like makes me think we should check what he was doing with the church's money a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm worried that like we caught him like a small slip up with a couple of bucks, but this could go all the way. Oh shoot, there's E. coli. Hey,
hey man,
how's it going? Looking curvy over there.
Nice bristles.
Love your cilia. Yeah.
Did we flirt too hard with E. coli? It feels like we were really.
I did.
Oh shit, he's coming over here.
Oh, hey, yeah. Oh, sorry. Come on over.
How's your day going, man? Cool. Yeah, no, we were just talking about what was the guy's name?
Claude. Claude got caught for fraud.
You about Claude's fraud?
Yeah. Cool. My kid's got a rare albino monkey sick. Did I tell you that?
Oh, that's awesome. That's so great. Congrats.
Went to San Diego. Yeah, thank you. I'm pretty.
There's only like 8
it.
of those left, right? So that's a big.
I mean, if everything goes well, 7.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a huge win. Congrats on that, man.
Yeah, thank you. No, I know.
And you just split in half with him not that long ago.
Yeah, no, it was I feel like mitosis was yesterday. Honestly, it was so recent.
They grow up so fast.
They do. Gosh, it's hard being this far away from him, and they got all those solvents out there and those aerosol sprays.
It's a crazy world out there, but we're gonna get it. What do we want? You know what I mean? Like, what's our goal? Why are we doing this to people and monkeys? Why do we like it?
Yeah,
You ever think about that?
I feel like I got sneezed on a science book one time by a human, and I caught a quick glimpse, and I think their whole thing is just keep populating, keep going. I don't know.
And that's kind of what we're doing.
I feel like that's kind of our thing too.
We have as much of an idea of what the meaning of life is as they do, for sure.
For sure. It's just that, we do it at a smaller scale.
What do you think, E. coli? Folks, it's Holy Smokes. where we smoke weed and tell Bible stories. I'm Scoochie Boochie. My guest is Nick Rowley. How you doing?
I'm doing great. What a damned pleasure.
So, let's cast lots. We're going to see who
Yes.
is going to tell the story first. And we'll dig into the good book. I rolled a 4.
Ooh. Am I going high or low here?
If you win, you go first. So just adjust your flick of the wrist accordingly. It's a 5.
It's 5.
After you. Would you like the Precious Moments Bible for kids or the Women's Bible 2?
Oh, the Precious Moments Bible is going to be, I think, the one that I'm going for.
So translation-wise, that's the contemporary English version, which is very laid back, and I've never read it before, so it's been fascinating. This one is the NIV, which is a more classic, like evangelical one.
I know I had a copy of this one specifically.
Precious Moments?
Of the Precious Moments one.
Heck, you're the
Absolutely.
first person to be like, yeah, I remember Precious Moments.
Side note, I remember I fell asleep with my whatever it was, teen Bible open one time, and my mom mentioned it. And my mom mentioned it to me the next day. She's like, I saw you had the Bible open, and I'm so surprised and proud and et cetera, and I was like, I shouldn't tell her. I was like, no, I will tell her. I was trying to find, because Ned in The Simpsons mentioned like this one story I'd never heard of, so I was looking for it. It's like, oh, it was a Simpsons thing. I was like, yeah, I was trying to find that Simpsons quote, but
It still worked, though. I cracked it open.
Yeah, it was open.
Gotta count for something. And then you passed out.
And then I fell asleep. I was like, nope.
You read 2 verses and just face planted in it. How's it going? Hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you like Holy Smokes with Scoochie Boochie, hit like, hit subscribe, drop a comment, a review. All those free things help us out a lot. This part of the episode is for sale. If you want me to do an ad read, hit me up, holysmokespod@gmail.com. If you got a business, you got a show coming up you want to promote, maybe in Chicago, I can do that for you, and it is very affordable, holysmokespod@gmail.com. If you hate this part, where there's an ad, I got good news for you. We have ad-free full episodes on our Patreon, patreon.com/holysmokespod. At the Deacon tier, that's $5 a month. You get ad-free full episodes, a promo code for discounted Scoochie Boochie merch, including t-shirts and posters, and also monthly bonus videos you can't get anywhere else. They're only on the Patreon. This month, I had a conversation with my buddy Eric Tetherow about Christian rap, a genre we're both very familiar with. It is wild and hilarious. I highly recommend that. Don't want to miss it. It's on the Patreon. The highest level of our Patreon is called Disciple. There's only 12 slots, and for $12 a month, you get everything I just mentioned, plus, if you want, a cameo, up to 1 minute of me saying whatever you want, within reason. Thank you so much for supporting the show. We couldn't do it without you, although we are, so far.
This is Matthew 17, 24 through 27, the temple tax. After Jesus and his disciples arrived in Capernaum, the collectors of the 2 drachma tax, that's important, came to Peter and asked, "Doesn't your teacher pay the temple tax?" "Well, yes, he does," he replied. When Peter came into the house, Jesus was the first to speak. "What do you think, Simon?" he asked. "From who do the kings of the earth collect duty and taxes? From their own sons or from others?" "Well, from others," Peter answered. "Then the sons are exempt," Jesus said to him. "But so that we may not offend them, go to the lake and throw out your line. Take the first fish you catch, open its mouth, and you'll find a 4 drachma coin. Take it and give it to them for my tax and yours."
Dang.
So, I mean, a lot to unpack here. I want to pull out a couple of
Yeah,
key
please.
things.
There's a lot there. As many digressions as you like. That's the fun part.
So that we may not offend them. So, like, this is the same Jesus that did, like, the upturning of tables for the money change. Like, I don't want to offend the tax guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead and let's pay him. Also, it's like tax collectors come to the door. He's like, yeah, he pays the tax. Don't worry. He walks in the house. And Jesus is like, so what do you think? As in, like, it's like such a Sopranos move, like such a mafia.
Oh, so you think I pay taxes?
You think I pay taxes? Well, who should pay taxes? Why are we paying taxes here?
Does the tax man tax his son?
Huh? No? Well, then the sons are exempt. Of all the cool miracles, like, so many healings, bringing back the dead, water into wine, of course, settling a storm, walking on water, like, he does a magic trick. He's like, we gotta pay it. I could give you money.
Yeah.
Go throw your fishing line, pull a fish out, and then look in its mouth. It's gonna have a coin in it. Like, it's the only miracle he did that could have just been set up ahead of time. Like, he could have just put a coin in a fish, put it on a line and been like, hey, I got a cool new miracle.
It's so funny because Will did one about an Elijah thing where they're like calling down fire to burn sacrificial bulls. And he's like, this is a magic trick. We're doing like big showy magic. And it's like, that's kind of, miracles are kind of the OG magic tricks a little bit.
Yeah. This is what, what's his name did in A Kid in King Arthur's Court. Like this is, okay. Then Martin Lawrence in The Black Knight.
Haven't seen it.
Okay. Any movie where they go back in time and they're just like, here comes an eclipse. And they're like, oh, it's magic. Like, nah, you just knew something. You just did a sleight of hand.
I feel like it's a little FU to the tax collector too, because it's like, it's a wet fish coin. It's not like a nice coin.
Also, who knows if he's... I'm not 100% sure. Oh, it's a temple tax. Okay, never mind. I was going to say,
so they're like Pharisee guys or something?
Yeah. It's just... One.
Did we finish the story? I think we stopped with him casting the line. I mean, is that the whole thing? Then there was money in it.
We never find out. They don't say.
Oh, you said go ahead and cast the line.
He's
the
like,
end.
Yeah, it's just like a cool cut to. It's a fun narrative device that they put in the Bible.
I almost wonder if like he called it and it didn't happen. So like, well, let's just end the story a little earlier and people assume it was money.
Yeah, like if he jumps to the next one, what is it? He's like, oh yeah, at the time the disciples went to Jesus and said, who's the greatest kingdom of heaven? Like someone probably went, whoa, hold on. So what happened with fish?
We assume you got the coin, but did you get the coin?
Did you get the coin?
What kind of coin? Was it enough?
Well, I'm jumping around here, okay? We're jumping around. I got a lot of stories to tell. I'm trying to do this book. It's that or like...
He's dodging the question, man.
Yeah, he's getting real... He's like, that's not why I'm here.
He's getting like a little Dennis from Sunny, like, the coin is not the point.
The coin is not the point. I wonder, like, 2nd century, like, maybe this was a much longer story, or, like, there's many more tales of anytime they need money, Jesus is like, go check your shoes.
It's literally the quarter behind your ear.
Yeah, but with, like, a couple extra steps to make it fancy.
But he has, like, really high fish stats. Like, he's elite with fish. He can make thousands of them. He can, whatever you need.
That's kind of where it comes down to, too, of, like, he's got very specific cool tricks. Yeah. Like fish, certainly.
Fish powers.
Just nature, healing. He's got all these OP powers. But this is like, hey, your D&D wizard, Jesus.
Yeah.
You got one more spell slot.
Cantrip.
You could, done. Light. You're going to use a 10th level spell to make a coin?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could resurrect someone.
That's once a day, and the day could be multiple sessions. Are you sure you want to do that? Like, yeah, we need 10 gold.
We need 4 gold. No, he does 4 gold, but it's just to cover
a tax he was already supposed to be paying, probably.
Yeah, like he could have taken care of this.
I think anytime the Pharisees are involved, it's like I think we're supposed to have like a super in-depth knowledge of Old Testament law. So there's a lot of like wink, wink. We should be getting stuff, and we're just like, no, I didn't read like. Whatever.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy.
I'm coming in. Yeah, don't quote this one out of nowhere, because then the lesson I'm going to pick up is like, check every fish mouth. Because you just never know.
Climb every mountain.
Check every fish mouth. Because what was the other... Oh, it's like, I feel like the two... It's like the incredible works of Jesus... parentheses, and those 2 like goofy things he did. Yeah. And it's here's a coin in a fish mouth, and the other one's like he walked by a fig tree and there were no figs on it, and he's like, fuck you. I hope you shrivel up and die.
I feel like you got dibs on that one if you want to come back sometime.
Okay.
You get the Jesus ones that are like, why did he do that?
Why did he do that? I'm gonna spit mud in your eye, and then that one at least had a cool effect. But what a wild that one, maybe more than any others, feels like he had a point to make. Like, no, you gotta pay your taxes. Like, well, did Jesus pay taxes? Oh yeah, man. One time
via fish.
Yeah, it's like, what, did he make money? Like, didn't need to. They
were in the fish. And some kid was like, you already did the fish thing a lot. Is this one also about fish?
No. He didn't make extra fish. This was just like one fish, and it had a coin in his mouth. Like, did he put it there? Nah. So, like, how long did it take to catch it? I'm done talking about the fish. We're moving on.
The fish is not the point.
The fish is not the point. The point is, you pay your tax.
What do you think that fish's day was like? Was it did no coin all day, or did he had a coin for a while? Like, had God like butterfly affected a coin to like fall in a thing, and he thought it was something that ate it, or was he just swimming along and all of a sudden it was like he just like had a coin?
There's only two possibilities. I've slimmed it down to these. One, Jesus ran out there right after he told that. He's like, "Give me 5 seconds, and then I want you to go throw your line out there." And he's like, "Fuck. I gotta get a coin. Gotta get a fish."
He was like a force pull on a fish.
Yeah,
because he does have that.
Sucked it into his hand, jammed a coin in its
and
mouth.
He snapped it. One of them just like Peter, drop me. So Peter ultimately paid it.
It was Peter's coin.
His lovely assistant.
His capo. If we're
This is a real drachma. We all agree this is a real
drachma. Cannot put my finger through it. Or yeah, it's like the what was his name? The carbonara effect. That's not
as opposed to the butterfly effect.
No, it was a show, and he was the magician. That did like magic on the street or something like that.
Street magic.
I think it was pulled the fish out, looked fine. He's like, now open its mouth, and as he opened it, like the fish at the same time was like, wait, what?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
I mean, that's kind of the expression fish always have. Is like,
what? Never more than when it's like gripped tightly and out of water.
Extra shock. Its resting face is just shocked beyond belief.
What? Here's the other question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Peter held on to that fish? Like, is this a one-time bit? Or do I just shake it out like a nerd, spit it out?
They gutted that thing for sure, dude.
Yeah, they probably ate it. I doubt there was a lot of catch and release.
Oh, no.
Back then.
That would have been laughable at that point.
Yeah.
It's like, well, back to the sea. And they're like, what the fuck was that, Ezekiel?
We need like, even if you're not going to eat it, guaranteed someone with a fish throw would eat it. You know how hard nets are to make?
Oh my God, dude, we needed that. What the fuck?
Didn't Jesus mend a net? I'm forgetting.
I think he did.
I think he mended a net.
Yeah, dude, there was a lot of fish-based miracles. Well, that's just because that's what a lot of folks were doing back then.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot
One of the 3 jobs, pretty much.
Before it got automated.
Yeah.
Even back then, not AI back then, but I'm just saying, you know.
Ox-automated.
Here's the thing, probably the first guy to like hook up an oxen to his plow, there was like some farmhand that's like, now what?
The strongest one was like, what's the point?
What's the point now? Like, you can go move rocks until what point? Till you get an ox to do it? Like, actually, an ox would be good to move rocks. Like, that's fine. There's no.
And you know that ox was confused. He was like, I have a job now?
What happened to grazing blissfully?
Used to be awesome to be the strongest ox. Now I work 40 hours a week.
Now fame is not what I envisioned.
The ox is like, no one told me fame would be so lonely.
So isolating.
He's doing this like Drake stuff, and I don't know who I can trust now that I'm the main ox.
He's there on a couch with a tiny calf. Yeah, it's me when I was 12.
It's like, you'd think there's pressure of being really rich. Imagine you're the only animal that's making any money. Everyone wants something from you. I
was thinking the fish. But also the ox. Yeah. Well, I know, so I did see, there is I think it's tilapia. There's like a dish called St. Peter's fish.
Oh.
In honor of this quick little quotable quote.
Yeah.
This fun little side tale.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's like I don't think you put a coin in its mouth. I think it's just like...
Maybe it's like a magpie of the sea and it likes shiny objects, so it's a little more likely to have a coin in it.
There you go. Yeah.
Or...
It's in the stomach.
And our chef special tonight, there's gold inside this fish.
Oh, like a gold lame over it? No.
The full solid coin. A real drachma. This meal's going to cost you a lot.
Also afterwards, because it is February, a delicious king cake. Let's see who finds the baby. We're all about surprises inside of food.
Everything you'll eat tonight has something not edible in it. Even your drinks. Everyone reach into your drinks with your index finger right now. Pull it out.
Oh God, is that the inside of the fish? Yes. It had to be taken out to put the coin in. So.
And the lucky one has the fish eye in it.
Thank you so much for coming to this immersive dinner. Give us 5 stars on the Gethsemane.
The fried
Gethsemane eats.
One of the fried mushrooms contains a bullet. Whoever gets the bullet is the lucky shooter, we'll call you. One of the baguettes has a potato gun in it. You're going to fire.
Has a 1912 Springfield in it. Yes, it's the long baguette. All right, that one we didn't think through.
It's conspicuously like way longer.
What? It's got a butt of a gun sticking out of it?
It's got the ammo thing sticking out.
A full magazine. So this is our second date? Like, yeah, I wanted to come here for a long time.
I heard it was fusion. I didn't realize they were fusing with just like wrenches and stuff.
So it's like Asian fusion? No, it's just object fusion.
And inside your baked potato, a baseball signed by Sammy Sosa.
Okay, that's
kind of cool.
Pretty cool.
I wish they hadn't ruined the signature with it being inside a potato.
I wish it
wasn't sour cream on my collectible.
Couldn't you have wrapped the baseball put it in a Ziploc bag? It's like, no, that's 2 things inside of something. That's too much. Don't come to my cool restaurant.
What's it called, by the way? I feel like.
It's the Japanese symbol for inside. So it's called naka. And like if you go there, you might just be like, that's cool. That's an interesting no. None of the food will be Asian inspired.
Nope. It's potatoes and fish mostly.
Mostly, yeah.
Bread, a lot of starch.
Anything you can conceivably pull out of the ground or the water.
What foods realistically are the best packages for foreign objects? Like baguette's pretty good. You bake it in there.
Yeah.
Like what's the closest thing to a cardboard box? You know what I mean?
An orange, I feel you can get away with.
David Blaine does that. Speaking of street magic,
that card.
The Harrison Ford thing.
I think about it every time. Every time I want someone to get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah.
I jump to him.
Get the fuck out of my house. It's so good.
He also, for that being like 10 years ago, he seems a lot more alert than he did in that particular
Harrison
video.
Ford?
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like they woke him up for it. Like he was just in a t-shirt in his kitchen. Like, what are we doing?
Hey, Edward Norton, we got a bit for you.
What? It's 10 a.m., dude. What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm going to swallow a frog and spit it out. We're coming in your house.
How full's the rest of your day, David Blaine? We couldn't have done this after brunch.
No, later on I got to go be in the desert. Why? Don't ask me about my business.
I booked the desert for sunset. There's going to be no one there so I can get a shot. So we got to do this now, Ed.
All right. Do you have anything to plug? What year is it? Yeah, Incredible Hulk, I guess? Cool. Bet it's great. They'll call you back. Don't worry.
Oh, man. You know Edward Norton has like a really nice like robe, like a Wes Anderson robe. Whereas like Harrison Ford, it looked like just like Fruit of the Loom from Target. Just like with the pocket. And he was just like, what are we doing? It's not nice to do magic past a certain age. You're just confusing them.
Yeah, most things are magic at that point. So don't be conspicuously magical.
You don't have to stun on him like that. It's like crossing him over in the park with a basketball. Just like, okay, cool, man, but they couldn't.
Broke Harrison's damn ankles with an orange card.
He's on the ground like, get out of my park.
Come to the Y to swim.
That's what it is. Like he's just an old guy swimming laps, and you're just like passing.
You come up underneath him underwater.
On your lap.
Do the thumb trick.
You're floating on your back, and you're doing like. You're
Thanks, Harrison. We appreciate it.
Let's do a scene to close out the half. What do you got? Anything inspired you from any of this?
Yeah.
A lot of good shit in there.
A lot of great shit. Magic, coins, fish.
Yeah, I love just like we kind of just did this bit, but like magic to people that don't want it or haven't asked for it. Like the ambushing magic trick is really funny.
It does feel like a very TikTok thing to do.
I can't stand anything out there. Like, don't do bits in the wild, man. People are just trying to go to the store. Like, people enjoy watching like pranks like that, and they just make me so uncomfortable. I have a little bit that with like Nathan For You and like the rehearsal where it's like they think they're in real life though, and they're like your playthings.
Yeah,
I can't enjoy it that much. I don't know.
That was my problem with early Jackass.
Yeah.
And the like of just like, oh, I don't like seeing people getting punked so
We're
hard.
nice boys.
We're nice boys. He thought you were really bleeding. I know how I would feel in this.
Yeah. I forget someone else we were talking about. Who's the face of Jackass? Who's the main guy?
Johnny Knoxville.
If you're Johnny Knoxville at this point, the level of paranoia you have that you're gonna get pranked at all times.
Oh yeah.
After that many years, and doing your karma of having pranked so many other people, like you gotta always be looking over your shoulder.
Like every film, like, oh, what's the set prank gonna be? And he just snaps like, there doesn't need to be one. There doesn't need to be one. Go ahead, there's always a separate. You can just do things. You can just film and be done.
Hey Johnny, should we do something with like craft services? What do you think?
We shouldn't mess with people's. We shouldn't mess with people's food. Well,
Yeah.
I guess I famously. Okay, one trick and then I'm done. This is day 1 of 30 of filming. We're gonna do one trick and then.
And then you're gonna stop for 29 days.
And then I'm gonna stop for 29 days cold turkey.
Okay.
This is me, the typical. This is the typical stress level I am when the cameras are off.
God, you said on Jackass 9, you said we're only going to do a couple the first week and then none the rest of the time. We did 40 pranks in 30 days. 4 men died. Are you sure you want to do that again?
Yeah, but we brought one back just to kill him again. That's the level of prank rate.
I do think that's a great idea we're doing for Jackass 13 is we're bringing back the dead, like in like fast movies. Like you thought they fell off a cliff in a car, but they're back.
They're back. But here's the ultimate Jackass prank of that is that they died. They were in hell. We ensured that they went to hell.
We greased the right palms. Some of them, surprisingly, a lot of the Jackass guys were gonna go to heaven until we made some calls.
And got them, boom. Ninth circle, Casitas, in the frozen river.
More like Bam, I don't know, Murdera or something.
Bam Murdera. The best prank is we killed one incredibly religious person, and we made sure that he went to just an inky black void. The ultimate. That is what I want for Jackass 14. I realize we're filming one.
Is this a set prank, or are we doing this in the next movie?
No, this is me real quick thinking of the next film.
Okay.
I do want to find some incredibly pious religious people. I want them to die briefly. Mm-hmm. No light, inky black void. Bring them right back. Ask them what they saw.
That's hilarious. People are gonna laugh their ass off at that.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. They said it was unfilmable, but I feel like
at this point our budget's got to be. What is it? Warner Brothers? Who makes these now?
Yeah, whoever Viacom is a division of.
Yeah, once we're talking divisions, we can afford to. We can send someone to the other side and bring them back.
If Crafty can have the spicy goldfish, we can afford that. Speaking of which, that's my idea.
What's that?
We're going to replace the spicy goldfish with rat poison. Sorry, I'm
Johnny,
thinking of 14.
Are you good? It seems like a lot of them are around like death, and someone has to die for you to get off nowadays.
Well,
it's the only prank that makes you feel anything.
I heightened too much too soon. You can't make things hot anymore. You can't staple things.
It's like when do you say you jumped a shark when it's been pretty much shark chunks from the beginning?
When we literally jumped a shark. Maybe the ultimate prank is life itself. That's why I want to bring people back. This is the ultimate prank. If all of a sudden someone pulls a VR headset off my head and I've been just in stasis in a Matrix pod, it's the ultimate prank. Oh God!
That happens.
No, my life.
We'll be right back.